But man, that was interesting. Like a way upgraded Ant-Man. My God, he gets a nice easy A from me. Up next, we've got Woman, but not just any other woman. Army. Oh my God. Wait, what? Hold on. Yo, that's an S. That's an S rank. But why? Did she just turn to the Kong? I'm confused. And just a smile left on her face after that happened. I need to know the names of these characters. And how does she turn back into Army girl? Does she or she? Oh my God, yo. Okay, that was a bit freaky, but it's so unique. Next up, we have the underrated Miss Marvel flying through the sky like Aladdin would. I am so sad that the show really just like made her look, because I was not interested until like now. I don't really know what a transformation is right here. She got smaller, but I didn't even notice it. Now get big. Nah, she was definitely better in. Oh, yeah, she was definitely better in that one sequel game. But Miss Marvel, I might have to give you a D for your transformation. A little too quick. Overall, this game has convinced me though that I should start playing one of these Lego games. I'm still not sure which ones yet, but I mean, okay, the Wasp transformation, that was cool and all. I liked her flying around better, but she gets a high rank only because the actress she's nice. Real nice. See, now in a weird way, I need to look at the DC transformation before I commit to one game for a full video. But of course, you guys can help for sure. Let me know in the comments. Let's hit that like goal, because my God, if we hit this, I'll be uploading this as soon as possible. Make sure you guys let me know what your favorite transformation was. I'm still going for Venom or Red Hulk. By far my favorites. But in the meantime, click here on screen.
何事も最初が肝心だ。気を引き締めなくては。
Marvel and DC have always been competing, but they've also been copying each other. When you both grow up as the titans of the comics industry, that tends to happen. From speedsters to archers to magicians, there are more than a few oddly similar characters in both. Thanos and Darkseid. Darkseid shows up in DC Comics in 1970 as the ruler of Apokolips. He's basically a space god dictator whose entire long-term goal is to take control of the universe by finding the anti-life equation, which would let him remove free will from every living being. At a kill count of 100,000 worlds, maybe the real anti-life equation was Darkseid all along. Fast forward to 1973, and we get Thanos in the Invincible Iron Man number 55, another alien warlord who spends most of his time looking for a way to impose his own idea of order on the universe. In this case, by collecting the Infinity Stones and wiping out half of all life to create what he believes is balance. Most people would just call it genocide, but there's a reason he's called the Mad Titan. So you've got two massive purple-toned cosmic villains, both operating on a universal scale, both trying to reshape reality according to their personal philosophy, and both sitting at the top of their respective universes as the big endgame threat that requires basically everyone to show up and deal with. Coincidence? I think not. In Darkseid's case, it takes the entire Justice League to put him down. It's pretty much the same for Thanos. Every superhero, enhanced individual, and alien available has to band together to take him down. In the comics, Thanos just wants to appease the Mistress of Death, but in the MCU, he wants to solve overpopulation, whereas Darkseid just doesn't believe in free will. Either way, they're both two sides of the same coin. Dr. Fate and Doctor Strange. Dr. Fate shows up in DC Comics all the way back in 1940. The version most people know is Kent Nelson, who becomes the host for the Spirit of Naboo after discovering the Helmet of Fate. From that point on, he's less of a solo superhero and more Earth's best magical defender. His entire job is basically to deal with threats that regular heroes can't punch away. Demons, curses, reality tears, extra-dimensional entities, that kind of thing. In terms of powers, though, this guy's in a league of his own. Then, in 1963, Marvel introduced Dr. Stephen Strange in Strange Tales, number 115. A surgeon-turned-sorcerer who ends up becoming Earth's main line of defense against mystical threats after training under the Ancient One. Same general role, If something weird, magical, or from another dimension shows up and starts breaking the laws of physics, he's the one who gets called in to handle it. So now you've got two Caped sorcerers who are basically their universe's go-to solution for anything mystical. Both of them are dealing with all the stuff the rest of the superhero community isn't equipped for. They're both constantly casting spells, using ancient magical artifacts, and drawing power from eldritch, unknown forces. They even have some similar moves. For example, Dr. Fate's duplication is a lot like Dr. Strange's. Their day-to-day doesn't look like typical superhero work either. No city patrols or the occasional friendly neighborhood civilian rescue. Most of what they're doing involves protecting reality from forces that could totally destroy it. They're both the designated magic specialists for their respective universes. There is a key difference, though. Dr. Fate is a host for Nabu, but Stephen Strange's talent and skill are all his. That's not to say Dr. Fate isn't incredibly capable. It's just that Stephen doesn't have anything but his cape and some magic tools backing him up. Hawkeye and Green Arrow. Both of these guys are archers, but one ends up living in a secluded hut, and the other comes home to a mansion. But they're similar in the ways that matter, their secret identities. Both of them are archers with deadly precision, and both of them rely on high-tech machinery to spice up their arsenal. Green Arrow first appeared in DC Comics in 1941 as Oliver Queen, a billionaire who ends up becoming a vigilante after a traumatic survival experience, which forces him to learn archery and hand-to-hand combat. Then, we see the character brought to life in CW's Green Arrow, but it's a lot different from how he is in the comics. The general gist is the same, though.
I've been stranded here for 5 years. I've dreamt of my rescue every cold black night since then.
He doesn't have any powers, just a lot of training, a custom bow, and a whole arsenal of trick arrows ranging from grappling lines to explosive tips. Then, in 1962, we got Clint Barton. Another expert marksman who also doesn't have any superpowers, relies entirely on precision archery and uses specialized arrows for different combat situations. Explosives, cables, EMP shots, smoke, pretty much anything that'll take him from a human with a bow to someone who can deal with super mech suits, aliens, and Asgardian gods. Speaking of measuring up to bigger beings, they both constantly find themselves surrounded by those types. Green Arrow and Hawkeye.
You should try it too. We could be free. This song is way too high. I need to do something. We could be free. You know what? You could just use Star Maker, right? It has an AI auto-chat feature that fixes your pitch for you.
This is Star Maker, an app that helps you sing better for real. With AI pitch correction and voice effects, you will sound like a total diva.
Speaking of measuring up to bigger beings, they both constantly find themselves surrounded by those types. Green Arrow and Hawkeye punch way above their weight. Green Arrow's literally on a team with Superman, for example. That guy can lift planets. Meanwhile, Clint Barton shares a spot on the Avengers with beings like Thor and the Hulk. But don't let that fool you. They're both dangerously capable. Their precision is